Hi, this is Sue from SchoolCircle. We're excited to be interviewing Matt Bergman today. Matt is an educator at the Milton Hershey Academy in Pennsylvania and is also a noted blogger and educational consultant with his blog at www.mattbergman.net. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're super excited to have you here today. Um, so it seems like you're involved in an amazing program at the Milton Hershey School. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, the Milton Hershey School is one of the largest private residential schools in the country, and we take students in from ages 4 to 18, and they come based on social needs. So all of our students come from poverty from all over the country. So we have 38 states, I believe, represented, and a little under 2,000 students right now. And one of the great things about the school is that it's completely funded by the Hershey Company. So every time you buy a chocolate bar, it helps pay for the school, and we actually allow the kids to earn a college scholarship up to $80,000. So by the time they graduate, they have an opportunity to beat the cycle of poverty, which is great. I'm actually a business teacher and also a technology coach at the school, so I do a lot of different things for students and staff. And one of the great things about my job is that I get to collaborate with the Hershey Company in a program called the Hershey's Honors Authentic Business Management course. And it's a 34-week course where students actually learn from the experts in the Hershey Company, and they learn about every single aspect of the company, from finance to sales to advertising. And at the very end of the year, they have to give a presentation to the chairman of the board and many of the executives that helped co-teach the class. So really, really cool opportunity for the kids. Not a program like it in the country.
Oh, wow, that sounds fantastic. Um, so I know as part of your role as a technology consultant, you're talking to educators around the country and seeing what technologies they're adopting. Can you tell us a little bit about the technologies for education that you are most excited about?
Yeah, one of the big things that I'm starting to see is that administrators and teachers really want a device agnostic technologies out there. So what that would mean is you could access that on any type of device, whether it's an iPad, a phone, or even a computer. And so educators are really excited about Google tools right now, Google Apps for Education. There's so many possibilities, so many features that you can use, and it's free. So teachers are really, really excited about that. Another thing, too, is that teachers are looking for ways to turn in assignments and create a paperless classroom and flip their classrooms, make learning a little bit more social. So tools like Schoology and Edmodo are really great because they allow you to have a multidimensional approach, assess your students, and even give them real-time feedback in a matter of moments, and you can access it on any device. So that is just awesome. And a lot of teachers are excited about those tools.
Oh, cool. If there's a lot of technologies out there, and I know that teachers are hit by a lot of different ideas for using things. What is some advice you would have for a teacher that's thinking about using a new technology platform that maybe they hadn't heard of before? What are some things you would ask them to investigate?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that keeping in mind that it's not necessarily about what technology you're using, but how you're using that technology that most matters. So there's teachers really sometimes don't feel comfortable with using technologies, and so they think that they have to research these technologies that have bells and whistles that they may not necessarily feel comfortable with. And sometimes just taking a different approach with the technology that you're comfortable with is very helpful, but also exploring new technologies. And I like to share with teachers the idea of being a rubber band. And if you take a rubber band and you stretch it, and you let go, and then you stretch it and let go, it's able to hold more. So I often ask teachers to stretch themselves, to take a moment to play around, even if it's for 5-10 minutes a week or a day or a month, just to get comfortable with technologies, and also utilize your greatest resource, and that's your students. We don't necessarily have to be experts in the classroom. We have our own technology and IT department right in our classrooms, and sometimes we're a little intimidated by that.
That's funny. Um, as a teacher, what are some of the challenges that you see in parent and teacher communication and keeping parents engaged in the classroom?
Yeah, I work with educators and I work with parents myself, and I think the biggest challenge right now for teachers is that they feel disconnected with parents. We all have busy schedules, we all have activities that are going on, and so there is a little bit of a disconnect. Even to shoot an email or send a text message or make a phone call, it's not as easy as it used to be because people are busy. And something else too is that parents, we say that parents aren't as involved, and there's many different reasons for that. Maybe it's their schedules. You're starting to see an influx of poverty. I see that quite a bit in my classroom, and the reason why that's such an impact is because, well, many families living in poverty, maybe they didn't have the greatest experience with school, or maybe they're working multiple jobs and they just don't have the time. So I think finding creative and flexible ways to work with parents is very, very important. And, also with all the demands and challenges placed upon teachers these days, how do you actually give an accurate and timely and just really necessary feedback about their kids that's sometimes positive? I think that sometimes is a little bit of a challenge because we're faced with so many negative things. So.
Okay. Cool. Cool. And what about on the parent end? If you're a parent that wants to be more engaged and have a better relationship with the teacher, what advice do you have for that? For them?
Yeah, and I actually have expertise in both. I have two kids of my own right now going through school. And one of the things that I always have to realize is that even though I'm a teacher, I don't know what's going on in that classroom. And sometimes just seeing things from the teacher's perspective, knowing that they have 30 different kids going in their classroom, and they have 30 different personalities, I think is really important. But I also like to partner with my kids' teachers, whether that means volunteering in the classroom or just sending them an email. Hey, I found this helpful article. Don't know if it can help, but here you go. Or did you need any help with this or that? I think really, really opens up the doors. I really think that just stressing that working together from both the teacher side and the parent side is very, very important. Just to realize that it's not us against them, but it's us working together to help that child. As they say, it takes a community to raise a child, and really just partnering up with that teacher who might have my kid for 8 hours a day, I think is really, really important.
Cool. And just to wrap up, one final question. Could you tell us a little bit more about your blog and your vision with that blog and what kinds of content people can find there?
Yeah, absolutely. I developed my blog called Learn, Lead, Grow about 4 years ago, and I was just asked by a colleague, hey, do you know about this technology or that technology? And I thought, well, instead of emailing that to everybody, why don't I just start a blog? And so I did. And at first it just started off with sharing things within my school district, but it quickly ballooned. And it's really gaining a lot of steam around the world. And one of the things that I try to do is I try to share with educators, one, how to use technology, and I want to make it easy for them to use. So a lot of times I'll put step-by-step tutorials. I'll create video clips and I'll put that in there as well. I use a framework called the Universal Design for Learning framework, and what that does is that allows you to use brain research to really effectively help kids learn. And we found that kids learn in different ways by the way that they represent things and how they need to show what they know and even engage with content. So a lot of the technologies that I share, I kind of share how you can use them in that way so that all students can learn and that we're not teaching to an average student and leaving certain students behind, that we're teaching to all. Mm-hmm. And then most recently, I also thought, well, how can I help other people with something that I really love to do besides from the technology standpoint? So every November for the past 2 years and December, I started a program called Clicks for a Cause, and for every visit to my blog during the month of November and December, we donate a certain amount of money, 1 penny per click, to a family with a child with a significant health issue. And up to this point, we've raised almost $500. So it's been really neat to be able to serve through my blog rather than necessarily just writing to write. I'm actually writing for a purpose right now, and you can learn more about it at you can access it at mattbergman.net. But the actual official address is Bergman, so BERGMAN UDL.blogspot.com.
Cool, great, and we just saw that you are finalists for one of the EduBlog Awards, or a couple of the EduBlog Awards, I think. So good luck with that. I hope that you get a lot of votes and that you're a winner, because it's a really good blog.
Thank you so much.
So thanks so much for your time today, Matt. It's been great talking to you, and it's just been wonderful. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye now.